Hello everyone, this is Chetan Singhal. Welcome to my channel Stat Shine, where knowledge shines to make you shine. In my earlier videos, I have talked about the IIT JAM Mathematical Statistics exam, how to prepare for it, books and materials, tips and suggestions, etc. Right? So if you have not checked those videos, so please check out the link below. In this video, we have Aman Garg with us. He has done BSc Statistics from Venki College, Delhi University, and has completed his Masters in Applied Statistics and Informatics from IIT Bombay. So today we'll be learning his experience of his IIT JAM preparation and some of his experiences in IIT Bombay. So welcome, Aman.
Hi, Chetan.
So let's get started. So Aman, how do you came to know about this IIT JAM Mathematical Statistics exam, and what was your motivation for pursuing it?
So, to be honest, I did not have an idea about the master's course as well as this exam. So I knew there is a master's in statistics that can be done, but I had no idea about this exam until third semester. So in fourth semester, some of my friends were discussing about the future prospects, and of course, I was a part of that discussion. So there I got to know that yes, there is something like this JAM entrance exam, and we can, basically apply for the exam to get admissions to IITs, and then basically there I got to know for the first time that there is something called JAM, and post that I had discussions with my seniors, particularly those who were already present in the IIT. So that was our super senior batch, senior to senior, and basically they had gone through all the process and they were there in the institute. So I thought them as the best people who could advise me. So yeah, that's where I got to know, and then I did some research on the internet as well, but that was not very fruitful because not much of the content was available as far as I can remember for my experience. But yeah, seniors helped a lot in gaining insights into the examination. And my motivation, so after graduation, I did not plan to do any job because I did not consider my theoretical knowledge sufficient to be in the industry. Secondly, I had no plans for actuarial science or anything. So basically, this became a motivation out of my elimination of other options. So then I thought that yes, I'm interested. I was getting interest in the subject, so I thought, why not better to pursue them further? That's how I got interested in the exam, and that's how I got into this journey as well. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good to know. So moving ahead, when did you
Yeah.
start preparing for it, and what was the starting point of your preparation?
So by starting point, I hope you mean where I started basically preparing and
Basically,
what topics
yeah.
I chose as the base. Okay. Yeah. So we my batch, we appeared for JAM in February 2018. So my preparation, it began in January 2017. So in January, um, basically I particularly joined some coaching institute and got into the preparing for this exam. So the starting point was the very basics. So for my experience, I had to start from the very basics, like probability, Bayes theorem, probability distributions, topics like that. Those for the statistics part, and for the mathematics part, I started from the very basics of basics of set theory, matrix algebra, the very basic concepts. Going revisiting the NCERT 12th class books, for integration, differentiation, such topics which were used in calculus. So yeah, these were the starting points, and gradually subjects and things started keep tracking pace for me.
Okay, yeah, agreed. That like
Yeah.
as you mentioned, slow and steady. It's not something directly jump into the topics and try practicing questions. It's something that students should focus on slow and steady, like grasp the knowledge,
Yeah,
understand the concept, and then start practicing. It's not like directly jump to the question.
definitely. First,
Yeah,
make your fundamentals strong, and then you can, yeah, build a good base on that. Yeah. So
exactly.
that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my next question is like there are a lot of basic questions in students' mind when they start preparing for it, right? Whether we should take coaching or the syllabus, the pattern of the paper, the books, the references. cutoff marks, etc. So you might also have these questions, right? So how did you resolve them? Like what were the answers that you got, and how did you resolve this question?
Of course, Chetan. So there were a lot of questions. Since this was very new to all of us, we all were exploring through different questions. As for me, first question was, why am I even going for it? What are the career prospects after I uh, finish doing this course? Basically, I'm investing 2 years of my life in this course. What are the career prospects after that? Whether I want to be there or not? So this question got resolved to me by particularly talking to seniors, as I mentioned earlier as well. Seniors who were particularly there in IIT, who were already going through the journey, they of course had a better idea why they are doing this and what all are the possible career prospects. So of course, as data science and all this industry is getting a very high acknowledgement in these times. So career prospects, of course, jobs as analysts or data science specialists, machine learning specialists, etc., were already available and tracking a boom in the market. So yeah, this got resolved particularly by talking to some of my seniors, as I mentioned. Another query that I had was, again, how many seats are there in the colleges? Like if I consider IIT Bombay and IIT Kanpur, how many seats are there for admissions? How many students appear for the exam? So this particularly got cleared from the previous year's data. So at our time, I remember around 3.5k students were on an average registering every year, and this number, not surprisingly, because as I said, this industry is attracting so much attention now. So this number is increasing year by year. So at our time, it was around 3.5k, and we have, as far as I remember, there were 25 seats in IIT Bombay and 19 in IIT Kanpur. So I just wanted to basically analyze whether if I appear for the exam, what are the chances that I have? What are the good chances that I have for cracking the exam? One. Then another question that came to my mind was, what is the syllabus, of course, and what is it within the scope of what I have studied so far, or is there something new that I'll have to altogether study? So this particularly was available on the internet. Like 60% of the portion was stats and 40% was mathematics. And in fact, the topics of statistics and mathematics, they were not very out of our scope. Like we had already studied them. It was just like we had to gain a specialization and some perfection over those topics. So this got answered from the internet mainly, and also the coaching institute that I had joined. So yeah, coming to coaching institutes, this was a very difficult question to explore. Which coaching institute is good, where I will feel actually confident. And for this, I had to, in fact, try out different coaching institutes. In fact, I had trial sessions for at some of them. So probably one place that I felt confident, like yes, this place can help me prepare better, was Deep Institute. It's in GTB Nagar North Campus, Delhi. So there I felt finally confident that yes, maybe this place can help me, can act as a good mentor in my preparation. So these were some questions that I had. Yeah.
And about cutoff marks, like if you can elaborate on like what were the marks that you scored to get more insights to the students at what, yeah.
Yeah, so cutoff marks. So I remember my score was around 63.1 something, and at that score and at that time I got rank 18, AIR 18 for this. Cutoff score, generally what I got to know from my seniors was above 50 you are good. But honestly speaking, like for our batch as well, even those students who scored 52, 53, they were finding it very difficult. Like they had to resort to then other courses like MSc, OR, which are the courses which are opted by the late rankers. So yeah, this I can say about the cutoff marks. I don't have an idea for now, to be honest, but yeah, at my time it was 63, and it could help me ensure that yes, you have a seat reserved for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. These cutoff marks are quite subjective, right? Year to year, these keeps on changing. It depends on the level of the paper, exactly. if we say, right? We and the student should target the maximum, right? So the paper is
Should
a
target the
100.
maximum, yeah.
So if you are targeting only 650 or 60 marks, then obviously you will get lesser, right? So you should cover each and every topic. You should not leave. Try to cover each and every topic.
Yeah, Chetan, that's a very good point that you mentioned there. That if you target for 65 or 70, like even during the exam, if you target for attempting questions that get equal to 65 or 70, only then you can basically come to, let's say, 55 or 60. And this is very subjective. Like you have to check the last year's trends, because that can give you an idea of which institute is preparing the exam. You can check those trends. And also with the increasing competition, this cutoff score is likely to go high only, because with increasing competition, people are focusing and preparing more and more for the scores. Exactly. So yeah, this is very subjective. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. Moving ahead, so how much time do you think is sufficient for IIT JAM MS preparation, and how much time one should devote daily for this preparation?
So honestly speaking, Chetan, I am not a person who keeps a track of times, particularly during preparation. Like I was finding interest in solving the questions. Like I was finding this exercise interesting. For this is my personal experience. So whenever I got time, apart from the college or apart from daily chores, whenever I got time, I sat for that. But if I come to an average, how much time one should give, I believe 4 to 5 hours daily is sufficient for this exam. That is what I believe. And in fact, on weekends, there were longer stretches as well. Of course, because you don't have to go anywhere and you are at home. So on weekends, I could stretch it to longer hours. Sometimes there is some topic that you find interesting and you keep doing things. But yeah, 4 to 5 hours, to be honest, I think is sufficient.
So moving ahead, so any changes you made in your preparation while you realize that there is only 1 month or 2 months left for IIT JAM?
Yeah, Chetan, so that is a very important point. During the course of 1 year preparation, I was primarily trying to learn the concepts and try to solve different questions, pattern all the possibilities. But particularly 2 months, when there were 2 months left for the exam, I started resorting to mock exams. That helped me gain a feel of how it would be on the examination day, how one should approach the examination. Don't stick to a question, certain tips like that. So yeah, this exercise particularly helped me there.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that is the time when one realizes his or her strengths and weaknesses, and then you have to let go of or ignore your weaknesses and strengthen more on your strong areas. Yeah. And also, you cannot keep learning till the end. You have to basically revisit certain topics, you have to revise and all those things. And particularly in this, when I forgot to mention this, that while I said mock exams, I also mean previous year examinations that were conducted for JAM. So let's say we have previous year exams for 2017, 16. So I also included that in this series. So over a course of 2 months, I could solve around 15 to 16 mock exams, and that really helped me on the examination day. This was the most important thing that contributed to being comfortable with the exam on that day.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so moving ahead, what are some tips and suggestions that you would like to give to the students that are preparing for this examination?
So honestly, this might not be an exhaustive list, but yeah, I'll share what I learned from my experience.
Yeah.
So during preparation, so first thing is, as I mentioned before also, do appear for mock exams. Like do not just keep learning till the end. Do appear for mock exams. Mock exams you can subscribe to some series. One can subscribe to some series as well. Some mock test series that other institutes might be offering. Or one must particularly take into consideration the previous year exams for their mock exercise. Second thing is, so this is one thing, just solving the question is not enough. So in during your practice also, just solving a question and getting the right answer is not enough. Discuss it with your mates. It might be so that you discuss one of the question with your friend. You both are getting the right answer, but the approach that he or she takes, the other person takes half the time that you take. So basically it's they know some easy approach, or their approach might seem easier than what you are doing. So just solving the question and getting the right answer is not enough. You discuss it with your friends, and basically choose the best approach that minimizes the time that is taken to solve the problem. That is another suggestion. um, Another tip is, during the exam, while one is giving the exam, it is important that one does not stick to any particular question. So let's say if I'm going through the if I'm going through the questions, the list of questions on the examination day, let's say I encounter one question which I'm not able to solve, then don't stick to it. Don't spend too much time on it. Just move ahead to the other questions. That's a fairly better exercise. So during my examination as well, like I particularly faced this. So first section is the MCQ section. So I was going through the questions, and it was happening so that whatever answer I was getting, it was not there in the options. I got discouraged also. I got discouraged a bit, but then I completely changed the section. Like I switched to the numerical answer type. This is the last section. Those questions were a little easier at our time. So I could solve those, and within I could solve those at a higher speed. And then when I had ample time to return back to the MCQ section, surprisingly I was a bit relaxed as well, because I was already sure that some of the sections are already over. And then I could particularly solve those. When I revisited those questions, which were seeming difficult in the beginning, they were quite easy, and I could solve them as well. So keep going back and forth during the examination. There is no need to stick to one particular section or stick to one particular question. That's one suggestion. Yeah.
So till now we have got to learn about the experience of your preparation of IIT JAM. So now it would be great if you can share some of your experiences of IIT Bombay, like how is the campus, the daily routine over there, about the classes, different events happening there. So the students might be interested in knowing these types of things also. So it would be great if you can share some of those experiences.
So Chetan, most of my experiences were with you, right?
Yeah.
You were the next room wingmate.
So the people watching this video, so actually we were in the same year, so we were just neighbors, you can say. So we share the same wing, and we were the neighbors in our hostel, and we have some really good memories over there. The campus, the classes, we used to sit together. Lot of memories over there, and so more Aman can elaborate.
Yeah, so guys, campus of IIT Bombay is really beautiful. Like one can, as you also know, one can always feel nostalgic. We keep feeling nostalgic about the campus. It's a very huge campus, and basically campus life. It's a very privileged opportunity to be a part of that community of IITB students. Yeah. Apart from that, about the classes, if I say about the daily routine. So on an average, we had like 2 to 3 classes of 1.5 or 1 hour each every day. And apart from that, one gets ample time to explore the campus, study if they want, yeah, and explore the libraries and things like that. Yeah, so one gets ample time on an average and on daily routine to do all this. Apart from that, placement season, I would like to talk about is one very interesting phase, I will say, in a student's life at IIT Bombay. So it's not that all of it is good only because you go through a lot of anxieties. You go through a lot of pressures. You go through a lot of sometimes you feel happy when you achieve something or things like that. So at IIT Bombay, we had mock sessions, mock preparation exams for mock aptitude tests. Then companies also came to give an overview of what the job description, what the profiles they were looking for. So we had to attend those sessions as well. Though some of them were mandatory, some of them we had to score some points that were mandatory for us to gain as students. apart from that, the placement process is very, very organized in IIT Bombay, particularly the placement office. It takes care of all the communications between the company and the students. It takes care of bringing maximum and the best quality companies to the campus. So yeah, in fact, I remember for our batch, even there was 100% placement at the end. Like, so
Yeah,
that's a really good thing. So that's a really good thing the place offers to a student. I think that's what a student mostly desires from some institute, and IIT Bombay has all of it to offer to you. Yeah.
So it was great talking to you, Amal. So great learning your experiences of your preparation and your experiences at IIT Bombay. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Keep shining. Thank you.